Hi, my name's Monica Flannery, and I want to welcome you to my new YouTube channel, Serenity RN. I wanted to introduce you to sort of a mentor of mine. I've been following her work for a very long time, and her name's Lynn McTaggart. So recently, I started working with the Power of Intention with a group of 9 women. And we're following actually the work from the Power of 8. And I wanted to invite you, first of all, give you a little bit of information about this powerful book and the process that Lynn McTaggart is bringing forward to bring people with like-minded focus. So people coming together with their power of intention and focus it's a form of prayer, and it's harnessing the miraculous energies of a small group to heal others, your life, and the world. So basically, she usually has a very specific focus that small groups are creating intentions every day at a specific time without creating a lot of story around the outcome. We want a specific outcome, but we let go of all the details and the story behind it. So I've been kind of playing with that, trying to open up perceptions, because I myself find I get stuck with a specific storyline, especially when I hear it in the news. And I get very fixed on what I believe to be the perception of truth. And then later on, when I look at different sources, I find there could be other details that I've been missing. So when I put things out there, I recently have ignited some strong feelings, which is good. So I actually want to take that a step further, because if you're feeling triggered, especially by the situation with the children that are misplaced right now, and our awareness is just coming to the surface of what's going on. And I'd like to take out all the details and any story about what is going on with these children. And actually, I'm working with one group now, and our intention is for the families and the children and the parents, the mothers, to be united for the highest and best outcome, letting go of the story, the details, but with the optimum outcome. And we are praying on that every morning at 8:30 in the morning together. And I'd like to invite you, if you're feeling very strong feelings and triggered by this, and we all have different reactions that we're feeling, and I'd like to invite you to take that a step further. When we feel like we're disempowered and there's nothing we can do, there's actually the power of intention and bringing people together to hold the highest intention for these children and the families to become united. And let this power source of the universe figure out all the details. But we will all hold this vision together when we hold this for the highest and best outcome for all, in a way that is supportive of all of them. Okay, so if you're interested in that, please click subscribe and follow my channel, because I'd really like to kind of take her work and have us all focus together and follow this process. And then we can see whether, the outcomes. Because she's actually, Lynn McTaggart has done a lot of clinical studies on the power of intention. Some of her book and research is, one published book is The Field, The Power of Intention. This one she took a step further because she's actually a journalist. And when she saw the power behind thought and prayer and intention, she knew that you can make a really very large and powerful, empowering impact by bringing people together with the same intention, heart-filled intention. So I invite you to get this book. I got it through Amazon, The Power of Eight. And because I followed her work, I actually have a download that I'll give you. You know, follow my, I'm going to be doing this with my Patreon channel. And it's just going to be $1.11 per month. But that's for people that really want to commit. And it's showing your commitment. And not just that, it invites us to create a sacred safe space, which is very important, to hold that space for one another. And if anything comes up and people feel like they need support, we can always create small mini groups to support an intention for whatever any of us are going through. So I love this. I've been finding this very fascinating, and I invite you to join me. I've told you before, I'm a geek, and I really like to test everything out. And I've been doing this on my own, but I find there's power in numbers. And even if it's just small groups, small mini groups of 8, it's very empowering. So if you're feeling very strongly about wanting to do something and feeling like disempowered, I think a lot of us are feeling disempowered, and that's where all this rise of frustration is coming from. So this is something that we could try to do together, and know that there's power in numbers, even if it's small numbers. And I'm going to go over a little bit of what the book, and especially this, she sums this up as an exercise that groups can do together. So it would be 11 weeks, and it would follow a process because it helps you develop your power of focus and intention so that you get really laser zoned in. And the more practice we do with this, the better results we get. But I find it's very important to let go of stories behind things, because then we limit the highest results that we can bring in. So, living the field, lesson 1, can our thoughts shape the future? We're going to find that out together. Lesson 2, the spirit of place. I pulled a card recently. It was a dolphin card, and it says beyond time and space. So this is our opportunity to join together and test that out as well. Lesson 3, the power of the collective. And as I mentioned before, Jesus gave us numerous parables to teach us different lessons. A lot of us, have learned and have been taught to take things literally. But what I'm finding after I took metaphysics, quite a few classes on metaphysics, it's taking these parables that were offered to us by masters that were here to teach us that we have the power to do these wondrous things as well, and there's example after example. So where there is more than one together in my name, and that's just expressing how more than one person, you bring your intentions together. There's power in your energy. Your mind has energy. Your heart has a different type of energy. And when you power that up, you can create very powerful outcomes. And it's been clinically proven. Okay, next lesson would be peace through group power. Letting go of our rigid beliefs, the hows, the whys, and just allowing and releasing the outcome. And we have to step into faith, knowing that the highest outcome is being brought into manifestation right here and right now. Okay. The prayer of the singing mantra. There's power in the spoken word and in the intention. It starts with the seeds in the mind, and then power is in the vibration of our voice. You speak it into manifestation. That's why it's very important to hold the highest alignment. The brighter side of life, keeping it light, positive, and always for the highest outcome for all. Peak intensity, moving aside the power of release and allowing. Very powerful process. Very challenging as well. On the same wavelength, bringing more than one together with laser focus. The mental dry run, heavenly bodies. So, the power of 8. There's quite a few chapters in here. But it goes into the space of possibilities, and it kind of takes the lessons that I've been presenting in the empowerment series to the next level. Because I followed from the beginning, but I've been repeating over and over again. It's being aware of what's going on in our minds, and I like to change and get all different perspectives, not to upset anybody else or to trigger anyone else, but actually it's triggering myself, shaking myself to see and keep opening up to see from different angles how other people are perceiving things in a totally different way. And what is it that's making them see things in total opposition of what I see? And this is really at the core of what I'm trying to bring into this series. This is where we find the mutual cooperation of understanding. Virtual entanglement. So, thinking peace. And it's learning how to become more aware of our energy and how powerful we are. And we're going to find that when we join together and laser focus, right, that we can create positive change together. There is steps that we can do to feel empowered when things are out there in that reality that seem just disheartening. So we have to take that and find a way where we can power that up. All right. Look at the comment section and you'll see where I'll provide more information. Thank you, and I hope you'll join me.